everybody, welcome to the Scott Show. This is the NFL picks for Week 14. Can't believe it's already Week 14 of the NFL season. It just seems like yesterday when it started. But before we get to the pick'ems, however you want to say that, the picks, we're going to give you first the NFL playoff picture as we speak. And I'm only going to give you guys the current games, what we see happening, and then we'll get to the picks. Alright, so number one would be the Steelers. Steelers in the number one spot right now. New England's in number two. So these two teams would get the bye in the first round of the AFC playoffs. And they would face off against the winners of the first game, the Titans and the Ravens, and the Chiefs and the Jaguars. So these four teams would play in the first round. And the winners of that would either get the Steelers or the Patriots, depending on their ranking. And then in the NFC, we have the Vikings in first place after Philadelphia lost to Seattle last week. Who called it? I'm not going to point at me, because I don't point at me, but it was me. So the Vikings in first place, the Eagles in second place, and the Rams and the Panthers would play in the first game, and the Saints and Seahawks would play in the second. So really looking forward to what's going to happen in the next 4 weekends. I'm actually going to be doing a guess kind of game and figure out where they will be. And I'll give you guys those details next week. Now, before we move on to the picks, I have to let you know that I'm doing really super good this year, as I am 124 and 68. So I am almost 66% correct in these NFL picks. And I got some great deals for you this time. By the way, also not only am I that good, but 592 to the plus sign, and we're good to go. Alright, so here we go with the picks for Week 14. We have Atlanta the Falcons. I have them defeating the Saints. Moving up in the ranks a little bit. Hopefully getting that wild card or trying their darndest. They are in Atlanta today, or tomorrow, being Thursday. So I have Atlanta winning that game in Atlanta, Thursday Night Football. Buffalo, I have them beating Indianapolis in Buffalo. I have Minnesota on the road beating Carolina. Minnesota right now is just too much on a roll. I hope they stay on that roll. And I hope that roll doesn't get soggy. I have the Bengals defeating the Bears in Cincinnati. I have Green Bay defeating Cleveland because, seriously, who couldn't beat Cleveland this year? They're not that great. Houston, I have them beating San Francisco. They are in Houston. The Titans, we'll see how they do. They're the Texans, I'm sorry. The Cowboys, I have them beating the Giants. Kansas City, I have them beating Oakland. Detroit over Tampa Bay. The Titans of Tennessee, I have them beating Arizona. Denver over the Jets. The Chargers over the Redskins. I have the Rams defeating Philadelphia. Now that's going to be a really interesting game. It's 2-3 in the NFC, but they're in LA, and I think the Rams can pull it off. So I got Philadelphia losing for the second straight week against the Rams. I have Seattle bringing it home against Jacksonville. I have Pittsburgh defeating Baltimore since they're in Pittsburgh. That will further solidify the Steelers, and I think it might clinch the NFC South or North, I think. And whichever division they're in, I think they clinch. And in the last game, I have New England defeating Miami, Monday Night Football in Miami. And that is my NFL pick'ems for the week 14. Look forward to next week, as it's week 15 and we inch closer to the playoffs. I will have more solidified playoff picture for you, including teams that have already qualified in the playoffs. So you guys have a great rest of your day. We'll catch you here real soon on the Scott Show Podcast.